I didn't watch the new. Okay, I really want to watch the new Overwatch 2 thing because it made me catch my breath, man. 2 days ago. Here we go. I was doing fine until it got to D.Va, and then I was like,
Which one's your favorite? Mine's Tracer. She's like, cheers, love, the cavalry's here. You're one of those heroes.
They know how to get you, mind, Overwatch. They know how to get you.
I see the future. Human. Machine.
You know there's more out there.
They know what they're doing with this music and shit, right?
Even the best journeys end. But a new one is right around the corner.
And I was digging this. I was like, oh, yeah, okay, I see what they're trying to do. I see what they're trying to do to my heart right now.
I am your queen!
And I will resist.
Let's take him to the wasteland!
But I couldn't resist when D.Va came on.
Is all I need.
Nice work, team. Keep it moving.
I cannot wait to push. Draw.
Yippee-ki-yay! Boom, baby!
Check me out. Do something!
Get in there.
It takes a team to tango.
Got me. It got me. I was fine until fucking D.Va came on, and I was like, and that's the moment in the trailer that really got to me. And in fairness, it builds to that moment a lot. They know that that is a fucking money shot right there, right? And you can tell they know by where they put it in the trailer and where the music is. I'm sold, man. I didn't give a shit about Overwatch 2 days ago. And then I saw this and I was like, I love Overwatch. I guess the PvP is free to play. Yeah, so a lot of people speculating that you're going to pay for the various different PvE scenarios. That, I mean, it makes sense, really. The updates to the PvP aren't... I mean, here's the thing. It's not worthy of the word sequel, is it, really? So I think they're going the right way about it. It's just huge updates, really, is what it comes down to. Rather than a sequel. Because I don't think there's much... I think that's probably the right thing to do. I don't think there's much appetite for like starting from scratch from a sequel. You want to carry stuff over and you want to, you know, it to essentially be the same. The Overwatch team didn't want to call it Overwatch 2. Yeah, totally. Overwatch 2.0 is a much better name, yeah. Apparently making a sequel was a Kaplan push. I think that was a bad push. I think that was a duff call from Kaplan. I think Overwatch 2 being called Overwatch 2 has done nothing but confuse and frustrate the player base since day one. I feel like the vast majority of like people who play Overwatch and people on the outside looking in have no fucking idea what Overwatch 2 even was for like 2 years. And a lot of that stemmed from the decision to call it a sequel, which it clearly wasn't. If they called it Overwatch 2.0, that would have been a much, much better branding thing. And more accurate as well, right? So whoever came up with that, whether it was Kaplan or whoever, bad blizz. You didn't do it right. I honestly don't see a difference between 2 and just 2.0 and 2, honestly, title-wise. Because 2 suggests sequel, as in whole different game. 2.0 suggests a big like update and rework. You know? I think most players of video games understand like the conceptual difference between a 2 and a 2.0, for sure. WoW 2 wouldn't have been an expansion to WoW, it would have been a whole new game. WoW 2.0 was Burning Crusade. It's an update. It's a really good update. Kind of like an expansion. Yeah, exactly. And you know, having it a name would have been much better as well. But Overwatch 2 is like the worst thing they could have called it. People with a little bit of industry awareness should not be confused by this naming. Well, I like to think I've got a bit of industry awareness, and I was confused by it. No one knew, because they called it a sequel, which means something different to what it is. Like, Overwatch 2 is not a sequel in the sense that we appreciate what a sequel is in games, you know? And, like, that was the point. They were like, we're changing how sequels work. Oh, you're making them like expansions. Okay. Like, we've already got sequels and we've already got expansions and we know what those things are and the difference between those things, and Overwatch 2 is 100% an expansion. Like, it is not a sequel, and that's good. I think that's the better thing, but that's why it's so weird that it was sold as a sequel. Let's be honest, a sequel is a movie or a story, it doesn't fit. No, a sequel to a game makes perfect sense, right? Like, Horizon Forbidden West is a sequel to Horizon. It's a different game, set in the same world, using a lot of the same characters. Maybe continuing on from where the last game left off. But you can't... If you're playing Horizon Zero Dawn, you can't... It's not going to turn into Horizon Forbidden West, because Horizon Forbidden West is a sequel. If it was an expansion, it would be different. You'd be playing Horizon Zero Dawn, and you get to a point where it would turn into Horizon Forbidden West, because that's how expansions work. That's what's happening with Overwatch. A sequel means one thing, and an expansion means another thing. And Overwatch 2 is 100% an expansion, and should have been sold as such, because all it's done for the last couple of years is create, like, confusion and resentment in the player base, and fucking shit memes at the game's expense. Horizon had an expansion, Frozen North. Yeah, exactly. In fact, we all know what that means. It tells you something. I think, like, 99% of you agree with me on this, right? Surely. We know the difference between an expansion and a sequel, and Overwatch 2 is clearly not a sequel. It's clearly just a really cool big update, like an overhaul sort of thing. Definitely. Kind of like Diablo 3 got overhauled and changed a lot, but it was still the same game. It was never like a sequel. Well, it will have a full-blown campaign still. Yeah, that's awesome. That's really cool. But that's good. But it will work within the framework of the game that you already have. So it's not a sequel. Like, yeah, there's lots of new stuff and gameplay, but it fits into the game that you already have. It's a magazine for your gun. It's not a new gun.